In this video, I'm doing something I've never done before. We are taking a Harley-Davidson road glide out on a racetrack. So as you can tell, I'm not in my normal location. I'm actually staying in this adorable little casita at the Indy Motorsports Ranch. So if you look right behind me through this beautiful window, that is the racetrack out there. And let me just tell you, I should have not been allowed to take a motorcycle on a racetrack. Can't start my day without a nice coffee. What the heck am I doing in Arizona? So once again, Harley-Davidson invited me out here for the press launch event of their brand new 2022 Road Glide and Street Glide ST models. Please note, we did not get to ride the Lowrider ST. Unfortunately, that bike is not available yet, and I can't wait to get my hands on one, especially after what I just experienced with the touring models. Something that I have noticed, and Harley-Davidson specifically has been doing lately, is they still want to invite traditional media and riders to come test ride their new products and document it for you guys on the internet. The one thing I think I noticed is when they invite people like myself, a normal, average human being that just so happens to put videos on the internet, I am not a professional rider by any means. So something that Harley-Davidson has been doing specifically for our press rides is we have been getting more educational experience. If you guys remember, I went out to the Mojave Desert and learned how to ride the Pan America off-road in a controlled environment and had a wonderful learning experience. We did the same thing today out here at the Indy Motorsports Ranch. We had the best of the best teaching us how to ride these sport touring motorcycles on a racetrack. Yesterday started with breakfast, of course. We had a brief on the motorcycles, a brief on how they implemented modifications that they were doing to their championship winning King of the Baggers Road Glide into the new Road Glide and Street Glide ST models. So that was an amazing experience just to hear from them what they were inspired by, the trends they were following, and how they're implementing it into right off the lot motorcycles for you and me. Maybe. So the most amazing thing is we were instructed by the Wyman brothers, Cody Travis and Kyle Wyman, the championship winner of Battle of the Baggers, as well as the lead instructor, Nick, from the Champ School. So the first thing we did was Nick took us out on the actual track in a car and drove us through the corners, talked about how you want to accelerate and brake and when you want to come out of the apex and stuff like that. I grew up playing video games on racetracks and stuff, but this was like nothing I've ever experienced. So after we had a couple of those demonstrations, I was starting to feel a little more confident getting out on the racetrack. In a car versus on a motorcycle is a completely different opportunity. We were not racing. I will let you guys know, we were not racing. It was a very fun, controlled, linear environment. And I personally love that. Similar to playing a racetrack video game, sometimes you follow a ghost and you see their lines and you know how to do a better lap next time. That's how I felt when I personally got to follow Kyle Wyman around the entire track for over 2 hours. By the time we were done, I wasn't ready to get off the track. I was ready to keep going. One of the most beneficial things about this experience specifically was the breakdown and total understanding of trail braking. And I am so excited to start implementing this into my daily riding. I do feel like I needed this training. I know many of you guys have told me that I should go take, you know, slow speed maneuverability classes and stuff like that, which we'll get into later. But I mostly just wanted to enjoy my own ride better. I'm not a thrill seeker. I'm not a knee dragger. I just wanted to enjoy the roads a wee bit more. And I feel like I have learned, I've gained the education and the confidence to apply these techniques onto my personal road glide and my home roads in Ohio. So I didn't do too much focusing on the motorcycle in this video because I was focusing on how the motorcycle rode. And I can tell you there was an enormous difference between the Road Glide ST and my Road Glide Special. Obviously, they're 4 years apart in manufacturing date. There are different size motors. My motorcycle, my 2018 Road Glide Special, is a 107 Milwaukee 8 with a Stage 2 Screaming Eagle. But this 2022 Harley-Davidson Road Glide ST is a 117 with a big Screaming Eagle, heavy breather. It is a noticeable difference when I hopped on the motorcycle and started it up. It is a noticeable difference. The 117 cubic inch averages out to about a little over 1900 cc's, whereas it is not the most powerful displacement motorcycle I have ever ridden. It had torque for days, and the responsiveness of this machine was extra, like some kind of exhilarating and scary at the same time, especially when out on these roads. But the one thing I want you to understand about this motorcycle is this bike does exactly what you tell it to do. There are no modes. There is no rain mode, road mode, sport mode. It just goes. It is what it is. It is a stripped down, beautiful, powerful machine. And I think I have to say it's my favorite motorcycle Harley-Davidson's ever made. I think I've done enough talking to you right here. I think it's time to take it to the track and hear my thoughts in real time.
Time to go follow King of the Baggers himself, Kyle Wyman.
So first lap, you know, seeing the track, just kind of getting a feel for what this bike feels like, how it feels on the brakes.
Okay.
And then you'll see me kind of accelerating in a straight line to get load in that rear tire to generate heat.
Okay.
Going to the brakes in a straight line to generate heat in the front tire and vice versa.
Perfect.
So that's what you're seeing. I'd like you to try to replicate that.
Perfect.
And then, you know, the more heat we have in the tire, the more feel and feedback we're going to get from the bike too.
Yay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Cool.
Woo! This is a hydraulic clutch. Youch! Start her up. All right, guys, so this is our very first ride around the track. We are going to be warming up our tires, getting a lay of the land for the track. Man, I can already feel the difference on this bike. So we got Kyle Wyman up there leading me and June, and we're really just following his line, learning how to brake and go in through the corners. Oh, this feels good. Your girl is out here on a racetrack on a brand new Harley-Davidson. Oh man, I'm so excited for the education that is about to be bestowed upon me. You guys are familiar with my channel. You know that I'm not a knee dragger. I'm not a confident technical rider by any means, but this is going to change all of that. And so up here we come to basically a full stop because this is our very first left-hand corner. In the left-hand side the left side of our tires are cold. So we have to remember these are cold tires, and we're doing everything we can to get the tires warmed up. And we come in wide, trail brake, trail brake. So these motorcycles, the 2022 ST models, are specifically designed to mimic the championship bagger winner from Battle of the Baggers. First lap complete. Starting to get into it a little bit now. Okay, so far the things I catch myself doing is I'm still so used to riding on street and riding in a staggered formation with other people. So I catch myself wanting to purposefully not follow their line because I'm trying to ride staggered. So that's a habit I'm trying to break. So the thing I'm really focusing on this lap is following Kyle's line. trying to gauge where he's braking when he's accelerating, and just really following his line.
Doing awesome.
That felt really good. Yeah, that was awesome.
Great.
I love it.
Watching the brake light a little bit, kind of seeing just holding that brake down in there.
Yeah.
I see you turning your head nice and early, so you got a great feel for it.
Thanks. This is my very first track time ever in my life, and I'm like kind of addicted to it now. This is really fun.
Hard to go back on the street with all the crazy.
I know. All right, well, we just did our very first track time. I think we probably did 5 or 6 laps around, no, maybe 4 laps around the track. That was the most amazing thing I've ever done on a motorcycle. Quick little pit stop. Dude, obviously I expected nothing less from an excellent instructor, other than the freaking winner of Battle of the Baggers. But dude, this is amazing. This freedom of not having to worry about other cars or vehicles in like a safe training environment is lovely. And we definitely are going at our own pace, and Kyle's been doing wonderful, picking a nice pace for me to follow. But I'm feeling really good. I'm not gonna lie, I mean, like, you guys know me, I was pretty nervous to do something like this technical, especially with people that are so well just talented in this sport. I've never done track days, never ridden real curvy roads, and already in just a few hours I'm implementing so much that it's going to greatly affect my daily riding style. This is wonderful. Starting to get a lay of the land a little bit, feeling pretty good. Starting to anticipate the corners, come up to them. And the best thing about all of this is, even though I'm lugging the bike, I'm not exactly trail braking on every single corner, this motorcycle is so full of power and torque that I don't have to question it at all. Just picks up and goes. It also has cornering assist with like ABS and traction control in a corner. So many new safety features on this motorcycle that I'm not used to that comes, you know, standard on mine. So the whole reason Harley-Davidson even designed this ST model, like I said, was to mimic and replicate the Battle of the Baggers championship bagger. And dude, if I would have known, if I would have just waited 6 months, I probably would have bought this bike, which is crazy to say that because I don't do this kind of riding. I'm not like a sporty rider, you know, I'm a tourer and I love my bagger. I love touring on my bagger, but this is just a whole new wealth of fun. We just did our final lap, and I must say I'm absolutely just smitten with this experience. I totally see how people love doing track days now. This is a whole different level of motorcycling. Before we call it wraps for the day, I'm gonna take the beautiful 131 Screamin' Eagle edition out on the track. So we got the Screamin' Eagle and Olin suspension on this one. Some of the Dominion collection parts, as you can see there. Oh, it sounds good. Man, you just feel the raw energy of this freaking motor. Holy moly. Yeah, that was amazing.
Honestly, we were out on the track from probably about 9 a.m. to about noon. It felt like an entire day, but at the same time, it felt like not enough time had gone by at all. I truly fell in love with the experience of being in a controlled environment, learning the limitations of myself and my machine that I was on, and really pushing the limits of an almost 900-pound motorcycle. But with that stiffer raised suspension, I never scraped peg. I tried a couple times and it was still, I obviously didn't try hard enough. I wasn't trying to push the limits of myself. I was trying to enjoy myself. And I did notice I was leaning harder and cornering better than I ever have in my entire life. I understood, warming up the tires, getting better grip, better traction, better control, and trail braking was probably my biggest takeaway of this. So all of these things that I learned on this bike, I am so excited to take home and implement on my own personal road glide. The new STs do come with a hydraulic clutch. They're brand new bikes. And the clutch was very stiff. That's my favorite thing about taking this on the track is you hardly ever use the clutch unless you're shifting. So it was just front brake, rear brake all the time. And with the linked braking ratio and the front and rear brakes, there was absolutely zero issues with stopping power. So I do want to mention just that. This bike was amazing on the track. It's amazing on the roads. It's amazing if you ride in a more sportier, aggressive riding style. I've had so many people ask me if I would buy this motorcycle, and I thought I wanted to. I really did. I was like, damn, did I make a wrong choice buying an older bike? I should have just waited. But I love the bike for what it is, and I personally don't ride the way that this bike deserves to be ridden. I'm a cruiser. I enjoy taking, the long, slow roads. I'm not like a very aggressive rider, and that's just my personality. That doesn't mean that I don't enjoy going fast, because obviously I enjoyed myself very much on the track today. So I think if you are conflicted about which touring motorcycle you're interested in, if you don't want to go, the old man grandpa touring motorcycle, I completely understand. If you don't want to have to worry about all the gear or your old lady on the back or going, just take a look at this ST model. It might be exactly what you're looking for, and the best thing about it is it's a completely blank slate. It's a powerful motor straight out of the gate, stock suspension with the potential to upgrade to the Screamin' Eagle collaboration with Olin suspension. I did ride the 131 with the Olin suspension on it, and that was a big difference. I did notice a difference the few laps I took it around the track. I truly think Harley-Davidson hit the nail on the head with this. I know it's gonna be probably ill-received by a lot of people who don't understand the difference between a special, an ST, a CVO, or a standard. But the way I like to explain this in my very feminine way of explaining everything is if you have different outfits, you need different pairs of shoes. And I'm not saying that you need to buy all 4 models of this motorcycle. No, I'm saying choose the bike that best fits your personality. And if you are into that more, just like I said, aggressive and fun and powerful motors on a big touring bagger that comes with all the bells and whistles and amplifications of enjoying the ride, I think the ST model is probably going to be a great addition to your garage. I think I'm addicted to track. I might have to start looking for some track days and maybe a fun track bike. Maybe not. It was fun. I had a lot of fun. Again, Harley-Davidson, thank you so much for inviting me out to this once-in-a-lifetime unique opportunity. All of these guys are so passionate about everything they do, and it made this entire experience just 10 out of 10. Until my next video, thank you guys so much for watching this one. You be good, and I'll see you later.